Oh yeah, once again it's on. Welcome back to another great episode of Two Cigars and a Blunt. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
It's Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
The mad professor in the boot.
I sound so excited. God damn, taking all the joy out the room.
Hey, you know I'm excited.
Oh boy from the booth. What the fuck you want me to be?
I'm trying to get my sexy back.
Oh Lord.
He breaking up, man, on the street.
Yeah, boy. Sounding like Voltron.
Oh shit.
Like that time you was on. Oh, okay, that was a bit better. Say it again.
No, I'm back. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, y'all know we
sound
always start our
on a
podcast
little
off. I
bus.
always got to ask the brothers how they day with. So bad, Professor, how was your day?
I hate taking a late day nap because you wake up confused. You're like, oh shit, is it still Friday or is this Sunday? So I can't do that in my old age no more.
I don't think none of us, man. Like I said, I was taking me a damn nap, my damn stuff, boy. Old age is kicking my ass. Tim Dog, how was your day, my brother?
Man, my day was excellent, wonderful, on top of the world. Got the house together, grandkids coming down, and for Easter, getting ready for Easter egg hunt, and that's about it.
Man,
Well,
just say it's all right.
I'm about to say, but that's about to be one expensive Easter egg hunt. Boy,
Oh, it's for the kids and adults. Trust me, it's gonna be fun.
I'm just talking about the price of eggs right now. You out
Oh no.
Plastic
We
bitches.
talking about plastic eggs that we fill up.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking. You say Easter egg hunt. I'm about to say that's one expensive goddamn Easter egg, boy. But of course, conspiracy brother. How was your day, my brother?
I don't work now. I make money moves. My day was pretty fucking wonderful.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you make money moves. What type of money moves
That's
you make?
all I'm doing.
I can't.
Oh,
That's what I'm
y'all
talking
find out
about.
soon. Y'all find out soon.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
Oh snap!
Ah shit. Ah shit. Oh, he getting his hair braided. What kind of ghetto shit is
Who
this?
the hell?
Oh, come on, cuz you got to do better than that.
Young world, baby. Oh my
Tell her
God!
to do my hair next.
CEO to the fullest.
Tell her to put me on the list.
Ah shit, boy. This
You
some
represent
ghetto.
the Stimley family, bro. You got to do better than that.
I'm the biggest, the largest. Get my hair braided on the podcast. You know this.
All right, Tim. All this goddamn singing you doing.
No. Young boy is a real rapper, Tim. Cut the shit out. Don't
Hey,
embarrass yourself.
ain't nobody talking to you, hating ass mad professor.
Well, welcome to the show, there, young world baby.
Always got something less to say.
And your first time being on the podcast, and like we always do, we always ask the brothers how their day went. So, young world, how was your day, my brother?
Oh, my day wonderful, man. Just been chilling, working on some new music.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And getting your hair braided. Who had that song? Come braid my hair. Who sang that song?
Go ahead.
Lloyd.
Mario.
Lord. So yeah, come braid my hair. Yeah. As for me, the man on the street, man, my day was wonderful as well, man. It's just tired of going to work. That's the shit. You just wake up, you just don't feel like going. But it's coming, though. It's coming. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we got a good show for you today. A very interesting show. Everybody seems to be talking about it, and it's time for us to talk about it as well.
New details about the killing of Austin Metcalf, the student stabbed at a high school track meet near Dallas. According to the arrest affidavit, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has confessed to the killing, saying he was trying to protect himself.
All right, man, Professor, I'm coming to you first, man, because this has been going on since, I believe, the 2nd of April. You know, I wanted to talk about it last week, but we wasn't on last week, so everybody been talking about it. So the first question to you, man, Professor, is what was your first thought when you heard this on the news?
Didn't have a first thought, to be honest with you, because I always like to see what's going on with the story, because there's a lot of shit that these people aren't telling you about this case, and you know that Mr. Anthony had been bullied by both the twins, the two young Metcalf twins, and I mean, you got to be sorry that one of them lost their life for doing something stupid. You had the dad initially come out and say, let's not make it a race thing, and then came out and made it a race thing with his entitlement. And the funny shit is the stuff that you won't hear about these Metcalf boys is they're what the right wing wants to say black people are. We're criminals. We come from broken homes. which their dad is. They only live with their father. He's an ex-con and a felon. If I remember right, drug issues. Um,
Hmm.
they're everything that these boys are everything that they say black people are. They're violent. They take pictures with guns constantly, tattoos on their bodies. But we don't hear that shit. We only hear that Anthony stabbed him. They don't want to say it was in self-defense. They don't want to say that Carmelo was raised in a home with two parents who are very well off. I mean, they're living the Cosby life,
Mhm.
or the Cosby Show life. Like I said, man, it's a messed up situation to begin with, but and I always used to tell my boys, if somebody bullying you, and my girl, if somebody bullying you, take care of them.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the situation when it first happened, man. I kind of laid back a little bit, but then as it goes on, you start to get into it. Conspiracy brother, your thoughts?
Well, honestly, I don't watch news, so I don't know much about the whole situation at all. But again, when you push people, shit happens. It's a sad thing, but if it's in self defense and they can prove that, it is what it is. I don't really got much to say on that. That's just
Yeah,
what happened today where you put the stick on somebody's shoulder and just fight.
yeah. Well, them days long gone. That like somebody told me. I say, man, you knuckle up. They said, man, they say, Jake, they don't fight anymore. They pull out guns. I say, well, shit, I'm gonna act like a bitch. But as soon as you put that gun down, I'm whipping your ass. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So, but Tim Dog, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's ironic because the same day that this happened, I went to a track meet for my goddaughter. Excuse me. And when I got home, I heard about it. I'm like, wait a minute, did this happen here? Then I heard it was in Dallas. And once I heard the story, because it's been out here for ever since the day it happened.
Yeah, the 2nd of
At
April.
first, at first it was no, they were saying that the twins were minding their business. Then all of a sudden, when the real story came out, they said that that's when the bullying came out. That's when the boy said the first thing he said to the police was, "Can I claim self defense?" That was the very first thing that young man said when he fought it. And then he asked, "Was the kid all right?" He wasn't. So that right there shows it wasn't intent on killing. It was probably intent on harming or getting them away. So the dad is pissed off only because they've been getting swatted. People have been calling police at their house and saying that stuff's going on, and it hasn't been. And then he shows up at the press conference, which was really inappropriate for him to do, all because he wants to get attention on this because he's not like what the mad professor said, something that felon 47 would rally around. As you can see, he's not rallying around this man because he already knows what kind of background this man has.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of them incidents where you look at it and it seems like the shoes on the other foot. But
Hmm.
hey, it's more. We're gonna talk a little bit more about it because it's more coming out, more coming out. Young world, your thoughts?
Really, I didn't even know that he was in jail. Really, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But because
Hmm.
he's so young, and like to hear about a young basketball player get in trouble like that.
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because when it first came out, and I was listening to it, Matt Professor. That's the next question I want us to break it down just a little bit more, if you can. Do you see social media being out about this situation, because that's what it boils down to. You get all this misinformation, and then everybody, like conspiracy brother always like to say, they like to get you all riled up. See, a lot of people got riled up, and now the truth is starting to
Hmm.
come out, and everybody's going to their corners. Do you see that as well as the misinformation from social
Well,
media?
I won't
And
call it. I wouldn't call it a distraction. What I will call it is a way to try to obfuscate the truth of what happened. Because when there's black on white crime, all of a sudden the white guy has to be the victim rather than the original perpetrator of the crime. Whereas if it's a white on black, the white person again is the victim of him defending himself against some black crime. And that's the issue with this shit is Texas, like a lot of red states, is a stand your ground state. So if you kill somebody in self-defense, you're supposed to be you're supposed to be able to do that with all impunity, and
Yeah,
you take whatever you deem necessary to defend yourself. And the
yeah,
first thing everybody wanted to say was, oh well, when Kyle Rittenhouse killed two people, everybody wanted to say he needed to go to jail, but certain people said he was defending himself. When he wasn't defending himself, he didn't need to be where he was. He wasn't supposed to be where he was and carrying an illegal weapon doing so. So all of them, everybody who wants to put these two cases together can't do it. And like I said, social media just comes up because that's the way 90% of young people get their news. That's the way 60% of people, period, get their news.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so social media comes up with a way to to get their names up and to keep it so that everybody's talking and what's the word I'm looking for? They're engaging with that person rather than looking up, the real story.
yeah. And come to you, young world, man. You in the music business. Can't you see that social media and news in general, with certain situations, that they kind of blow it out of proportion, and then once they get the true meaning or the true what happened, then it seems like everything just dies out. Have you seen that?
I seen that a lot, really, because they point out what black people do on social media, and they don't point out what the the other race do on social media. Because social media, they I see like what like other races do. They do way more worse than we do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I feel like it's crazy.
And it's crazy coming back to you, conspiracy brothers, because I know you don't see color in certain situations, but just like the mad professor said, if this guy had came from a broken home, if the parents was didn't have money or there wasn't in a certain situation, you would hear everything. The guy was a damn near I think a 4.0 student, a athlete. He got everything going for him, but yet when he claimed self-defense, the first thing, the other side want to say, well, he needs to be in jail. He needs to stay in jail. So that's why I say, with the misinformation of social media and the media as well, because it makes you want to pick sides. And this situation is one of the sad situations, because a young man did die, but yet we all, as the media, I include us in that aspect as well, we're going to look at certain things and we're going to come to our own conclusion before we actually hear the true facts. Your thoughts, conspiracy brother?
That's what people always have done, is jump to the first assumption that their mind is triggered to what's the word, conditioned to process, because we're conditioned these ways. White people are conditioned to see themselves as a victim, same as us. And this situation is kind of difficult because he did have a knife on him, so it's kind of, that play a factor into it, even though
And see, and that's why I say when we
the
talk
Trayvon
about,
Martin situation.
that's why I
So
said when you
it's
talk
like,
about, well, I mean, because you was cutting out. I thought you was done talking. I'm sorry, my brother. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
and like I said, when I kept on seeing the thing on the internet, I would just scroll past, because like Carmelo Anthony, I'm like, what the fuck this nigga need? Because was talking about they canceled this. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga need a fun play? He rich.
Oh,
So
you
I never really got
other
into
Camelo.
the
Yeah, I
story
got you.
because I thought it was something totally different. That's why I never really paid it no mind, because it was just, But yeah,
Yeah.
social media and the media in general will blow things out of proportion well before the facts come out, because everything is instantaneous now.
Yeah, and come to you, Tim Dog, and the situation is this. Now they come to find out, they say he didn't have a knife. They say it was a spike. I mean, to clean your cleats out. So we don't know if he had a knife, or is it the thing to clean your cleats out? And that's why I say, Tim Dog, about the misinformation. This is a sad situation, and you don't want to see things like this. But we all, like I said before, we all got a microphone and we got a camera now, so we all could be our own news person, and we all going to put out things that sometimes not be the truth. Your thoughts, Tim Dog?
There was a press conference today addressing the same issue about misinformation, and one of the misinformation was fundraising, whereas on GoFundMe, there were a lot of donations for Carmelo Anthony, whereas the family never authorized it. People were saying, well, if they so well off, why do they need a GoFundMe? When in actuality, there's a private company, organization, nonprofit, I can't remember the name of it, who are helping the family, with this. And the representative, who's a pastor, was saying, people were saying, well, why do they need bodyguards protection? Because they were getting threatened. And then, like he said, why would anyone care if they had bodyguards anyway? This is all just distraction because of who they are, not about the situation or what happened. And it's true. People like uh, conspiracy brothers say, conditioned to hear one thing, and with social media and everything being so fast and readily, you gravitate towards the first thing instead of just listening and then waiting for a result. And that's what I see here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you're right, and I'm glad conspiracy brother say that we are conditioned because we all going to choose sides. I hate to say it that way, but when you heard about the amount that they put on his bail, $1 million, were you surprised at that amount, Mad Professor? And of course, they broke it down, and he has been bonded out. But did that make you feel like, damn, why such a high bond to start
No,
with?
because again,
All right, somebody echoing.
yeah, somebody's echoing horribly. But yeah, that's they have to play victim. This violent Negro who's never been in trouble at school, never been in trouble with the law, just attacks this young, poor, innocent milk toast before anything actually came out. And the fact of the matter that you're gonna treat it, you're gonna give a teen $1 million bond, even though his parents are well off and building $1 million home.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want him to get out. And I mean that's fairly obvious.
Yeah, and that's what I'm coming to you on, conspiracy brother, and that's one of the things that I saw that I didn't agree with, because even Kyle Rittenhouse, I think he got bail. Even the dude that strangled a young man on the train in New York City, they didn't give him $1 million bail. But it seems that this young man, like you say, Matt Professor, never got in trouble, never did anything. We're gonna set it the highest that probably could be just to keep him in jail, so he can get, I guess, start getting him indoctrinated into being in jail before he even goes to trial. But eventually they drop it down. He did get bond, but I see that as for me, a slap in the face, because we've seen the other side get way less on bond amount and get bonded out. But when it's us, it's always a high amount. Conspiracy brother, your thoughts?
I always say it's something to get people riled up about, because they know it was unjust. That's why they changed it. But it's just that, to put that out there, to get people riled up and get people wanting to I guess you say,
React.
activate and cause more trouble behind it, and find ways to put more people in jail. And to me, it's all that is just a part of their game, part of the system that they play, and try and pull our energy into what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's also about, and I think it's also about to set a tone, because they want public opinion to be that this young man it wasn't self-defense. It wasn't like you say, Mad Professor. He was mad. Young black men, what they call them now, the YNs of hell, man. They're out here and they're causing trouble. So let's go ahead and give them this high amount. But like I said earlier, we seen Kyle Rittenhouse, we seen the young man in New York City, I think his name Pennywell or something like that. They killed the Michael Jackson impersonator. Even Zimmerman. When you look at things like that, you be like, damn, man. But they set this at a high bond, and then of course, like you said, conspiracy brother, they dropped it down. He's been bonded out. But my issue coming to you, Tim Dog, is why do so many people get upset because they got a GoFundMe? But when it's done for everybody else, it seems though that nobody has anything to say about it. Oh, it's all good. Your thoughts, Tim Dog?
Yeah, it just goes to people just want an excuse to say something, to like you say, you choose a side
Yeah.
and then you react to whatever's going on with that side. But there's a case going on here in Central Texas with a teen stabbed another teen in school. A white kid stabbed another white kid in school, and this happened 3 years ago. His trial just started,
Yeah.
and at first they gave him $1 million bail. I'm just looking at it, but then they've reduced it to 175,000. So, and this kid was 18, and he was saying self-defense as well. But I think the state is charging him as a hate crime because the kid was also Jewish, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So
All right. All right.
Well, they
I'm
have
just
a
saying,
precedent then of setting high bonds. So
yeah, right,
what you're saying that it makes sense now that it's something that they do. It's
Yeah.
hmm
not. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem
it's
like
not
a random occurrence because he
right,
was
right.
black. It's because they trying to lock motherfuckers up for real.
Right,
Yeah.
and in Texas, that with this new law, I think anything with that's committed with murder, they have to set a certain scale precedence. Whereas you, it depends on what kind of murder, I guess. They have a set amount
Really
that
murder.
they start out. Yeah, because this kid stabbed and killed another kid in the bathroom, stabbed him in the
Yeah.
neck. He came out and he died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
but
that's oh, go ahead, Tyndall. I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, but with that, it's just sad that like Conspiracy Brother said, we just conditioned, to just react automatically to pick a side. Then we pick a side. Then we choose. Okay, well, they had this and they had that. Not really listening to yourself because the other side could be saying the same thing, but you get so blinded by being, I hate to say it, prejudice that you don't see it.
Yeah, yeah, and the same thing to you, young world. Why do they have an issue? Like the math professor say the family is well off, but why do people have an issue when they want to start a GoFundMe and they come to find out this? I guess the person said that the family never used any of the money because
Nope.
now they're saying because they got a nice, may also $1 million house, they got this big luxury car, they've been dipping into it. They dip it into it to do these things, but I think they already had that before this incident even occurred. But
Right.
people get so upset when they say, why would you donate to a murderer?
Um, I think because it's just a money thing. I feel like it's just a money thing because they see that his parents rich. Oh, guess what? We're gonna give him the highest bill
Mine.
they can pay it. They willing to pay it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's a money thing.
yeah, I got you. I got you. What up, Juan? Yeah, I think it's the money thing. And Matt Professor, if you could speak to that, I don't know if you've been watching the news, but you got a lot of people talking about the family using that money for their self gain. And like you said before, I think they was already in a gated community, already had their statute or the money, or already living the life that, like you say, the Cosby life. But now you got people talking about, oh, they're using that money for their self gain.
And see,
hmm
that's that's the problem. And because it all starts with the narrative, and they wanted to say that these people were using GoFundMe to, like you said, to ingratiate themselves with charity money,
Yeah.
not realizing more than a couple of the charities had nothing to do with the family,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nor
nobody
did they
had.
authorize it.
And the issue is, no one had a problem when they raised money for Kyle Rittenhouse to bond out of jail. Nobody had a problem when anybody else but a group of black people actually do something, together. And that's when they have a problem. That's why whenever there's a crime that a black person commits, this person represents the entire race. Whereas when it's somebody white, it's an isolated incident, and that person was acting alone, even though they're clearly acting on someone else's feelings about anything. And that, like I said, that's the biggest issue. They wanted to say this family just wanted free money, and like all black people do, we want free money.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We always got your hand out.
Dude.
right.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the part that I don't understand, and it's
Baby.
crazy because the fact that this family probably was in a better situation than a normal black family, You know, we are living better than we used to live, but ever since 47, they got it by either illegal means or or they did something that they're not supposed to do. They defraud the government to get that money. But the same thing to you, conspiracy brother. When you see things like that, though, they're attacking the family, like Tim Dawes said, they're swatting the family, they're threatening the family, and 9 times out of 10, they probably ain't had anything to do with it. But just because it's people of a different color than you, or we want to make them feel the pain by putting out slanderous things like the family using the money to I'm gonna use the word that mad professors use to ingratiate themselves. Do you have an issue with that? With people putting out that type of misinformation?
The reason they put it out because the court of public opinion is almost stronger than the courts themselves. So if you can destroy their reputation and maybe the family loses some money from that, then you put them even in a worse financial situation. So it's all about what's in the public eye before the truth comes out.
And
so and like I said, they didn't even have anything to do with it. And why would they spend, knowing that if they did have something to do with getting the money, why would they spend it trying to live lavishly when they know their son's livelihood is on the line?
And that's the thing I'm about to say, young world. Why would you put out something like that? I don't think a house is more important than your child. I don't think your child well-being. Even though this is a crazy situation, why would the family go out there on Front Street? But I guess it's crazy because that's how they think of the majority of black people. We are flashy. We want to make sure people know we got money. But in this situation, I think it's just a bad look on people who put out that type of information. Your thoughts, young world?
Oh, that's a good question. I just feel like how they really see how they picture of them, how they have money. If they see them on the internet most of the time flashing and basically like seeing, but I don't even think Carmelo really be flashy like that no more.
Yeah.
Cause you know what I'm saying, he retired from playing basketball and stuff.
No, that's not Ron Carmelo.
Hold on.
And that's the same thing I had with him, like Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
Maybe that was part of it too, is the name. Because like I said, when I saw Carmelo Anthony, I'm like, what the fuck you need to go for me for?
And it's spelled different.
But see, there's something I want to bring up. There's something I want to bring up.
Headlines.
Go ahead.
There's one thing I want to bring up. You notice because of the race of the kid and his name, this is national news. Whereas the story Tim Dog brought up 5 minutes ago, I never even fucking heard of. And that's the issue, the whole fucking issue right there. The same exact thing happened in another school between two white kids, and we don't hear a goddamn thing about it.
You gotta take it easy on Young World. He's new to the podcast. It's our boy Juan.
Well, no, I might have thrown him off when I said mellow earlier.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I just have to say that on this situation, it's ironic because the kid Carmelo, as soon as it happened, he went straight to the security, and he admitted to doing it. And there were not thousands, but there was a bunch of kids and people there who saw what happened. And from my understanding, people knew of the twins, but the news made it even more grievous because they said that he died in his twins' arms.
Yeah.
That right there is probably what set a lot of people off. The first impression. Kid gets stabbed at a track meet and dies in his twins' arms.
Yeah.
And that right there is probably set the whole chain of events off for this incident. As sad and tragic that it is,
the media does.
Yeah, like Mad Professor said, that narrative.
you know that narrative. And I'm coming to you on conspiracy, brother. The question is then, why is the public so divided on that situation? Then, because like Tim Dawg said, like we all been saying, we all identifies with that young brother. We all identify with Trayvon Martin, just like you know the Caucasian. They identify with Kyle Rittenhouse. They identify with people that look like them. So is that the reason why we all so divided on this situation?
Again, like I said earlier, we've been conditioned to take sides immediately when something happens, regardless of the real facts.
Yeah,
because the media has first say, and even now social media has even more say because there are people on the ground there that probably started jumping on and saying things. So it's the perception, like I said, the court of public opinion. People want to get that flowing, and that's how things become divided. It's already divided because of the race. That's going to be the first. That's the first separation already.
Yeah.
So once you put that into the mix immediately, people are already going to, even without facts, people are going to jump to their skin color side, to their racial side before any facts come out. And then once the facts come out, people can start seeing what's real and what's not. But again, that's the problem. We're so divided that it's easy to jump and say, okay, the black guy was white, the white guy was wrong, or vice versa, because we've been conditioned that way since fucking forever at this point.
Yeah. And young world, have you ever seen a situation like that where before we even know what the person is, the race is, as soon as we find out, everybody seems to, okay, this person is innocent or that person is guilty. Have you ever seen a situation like that?
A couple of years ago when I think he was, I forgot how old he was. I think he either 14 or 15, but he went in elementary school and shot up.
They shut up school.
Shot up the school.
Yeah. Well, you know, I whenever I hear a school shooting, I always say that person white. I'll tell you that right now. Whenever
I think he was. He probably was. I think he was though.
I'm just saying.
I think there was one. There was one last year.
But I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general. Who was that? I think it was on one of the barbershop Mad Professor. When we say we hear certain things, even like on SNL. When SNL, they do a little skit where they talk about.
I love that skit.
Yeah. But why do we do that though?
Because you're conditioned to think of one crime being perpetrated mostly by one group and another crime being perpetrated by the other group. Like you said, whenever we hear of a drug arrest, we think of a black person. When we hear of a mass shooting, we think of a white person. I mean, we're conditioned to do that because that's how society wants it. Society tells us, hey, you Negroes just do drugs and rap. Us white folks, we just kill everybody, and we the ones who produce everything. So you know, I mean, that's just the way the shit is. I mean, look at the difference in how Philandro Castile's case was handled versus let's say Ashley Babbitt. She was not complying with police and was killed, but she's a victim. He was complying, wasn't doing anything, was killed, and he's a perpetrator.
He's a perpetrator, yeah. You're exactly right. Tim Dawg, your thoughts?
Man, this is my thought on the take of it. When it first happened, everybody, oh God, a black kid kills a white kid. And like I said, the news line said that he died in his twin's arm. But when the actual truth comes out, some people, you know, they shied away from it. But us, we like, wait a minute now. Why are y'all moving away from that? Because it's white kid. Why can't, you know, there be the same justice or injustice, whatever, about two kids who were who were in everyone's eyes these twins, and one of them died in their arms. Then you found out that they were hoodlums going around doing all this, and now all of a sudden you want to leave it alone. But here's the black kid who is a model A student, but yet no one is talking about that, and instead they're attacking the family and their wealth and their lifestyle more so than the truth about the two kids. What do you call that? Deflection. And to me, that's all it is.
It's the paint the picture that they want to. They no longer have the ammo to paint the picture that they were trying to portray. So now they have to just completely
Right.
wash their hands of the situation and just shut the fuck up.
And when it
Yeah.
happens
Essentially
to
what they're
them, they
doing.
wash it away. Just like I said, if this was a different situation, you're 47, felon 47 be all up on it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just like he used that lady, who I hate to say it, whose daughter got killed by the Mexican, but
Yeah, in
the
Georgia.
backstory, yeah, the backstory is she was hanging out with them and she was prostituting herself. But see, you're not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk ill of the dead, but that is
Allegedly.
what happened.
So
Well, they
Allegedly.
shit,
did.
all right.
Shit. They did. That's
Allegedly.
what I'm saying. They did. They
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hurt you.
but okay, but we gonna say allegedly, 'cause I don't know if
Okay,
they was hanging.
allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
if she was
And
hanging out with
then
him or not. Okay,
and
all
then
right.
when you ask the
Basically,
question, what did
sweating
this
herself
one
out.
dude have to do with her? You don't have anything to say about it. See, once
Yeah,
again, deflecting.
yeah. It's all
And
about
ain't gonna
deflecting.
no more.
It's all about
There you go.
deflecting, but sometimes, hey, I don't know if you watch the Amazing Lucas. I like watching. This brother is sharp because he's on point. He's on point because sometimes it's our own people out there. They're going to apologize for us.
Have you all seen this new trend? Bro, there is a new trend where now you have these Sambo soldiers coming out and apologizing for the black community. Bro, as God my witness, I kid you not. I kid you not.
On behalf of the black community, I would like to apologize to the parents of Austin Metcalf. What? For making a hero out of the young man that killed your son. I apologize that there are so few fathers around and so few male figures around to teach the black community about emotional discipline, about what's right from wrong, about emotional regulation.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Metcalf's funeral was, I believe, yesterday, and I just want to send an apology to his family members on the behalf of the black community, on the behalf of our racism, our ignorance, the fact that we're justifying the murder of your son in the name of race.
What? These silly people of the melanin that are secretly racist and they hate white people. Most of the time, not all the time, people different. Most of the time, you have a underlying hatred towards white people.
Huh? Now, Professor, I got that just for you. But my question to you is, why do black conservatives feel as though they need to apologize for the black community?
Money. I mean, that first dude that he showed, the one that he called Dick Rider, is literally a Dick Rider. He's a gay black Republican.
Yeah.
Who was called a nigger fag when he tried to go to a maggot convention at a bar room. And this motherfucker's still sitting up there talking about Republicans aren't racist.
Yeah.
So again,
it's all that damn foundation on.
And these, and I'm because Lucas is the one who started calling Candace Owens Kundis Owens, and I love him for that shit. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
But like I said, these black Republicans, these black maggots know where their bread is buttered. They they go and get their hot biscuits. They go and get them. They want that money. They don't want to be cut off from the loving piss warm feeling of Daddy Trump.
Yeah. But my thing to you, Tip Dog, is the way that they say they want to apologize for the black community. So are they speaking for you, Tim Dog?
Hell, fuck no, they ain't speaking for me. The hell, I apologize for what? Man, kiss my ass. All they doing that for is acceptance. Like everyone said, they know where they bread butter. Oh, massa, they put another Steven up there trying to get something, and when they get the great about, oh, they mean that, they just playing. No, motherfucker, they mean that. But you just not understanding.
Yeah, but I saw that, man. I could do nothing but laugh. I was like, this is some crazy shit right here, man. I heard that you
Clarence Thomas ass.
Yeah, I heard that some people, you probably don't like the way your nose look. You probably don't like the way you walk. Like me, like I say, I don't like the way I sound on the podcast sometimes because I know I got a country voice. It doesn't, but I never, ever hated my black face. So, young world, defend your brothers that you just saw.
Man, I feel like we should not be apologizing for nothing.
I ain't asked you to do that.
Yeah, man. Nah.
Yeah,
they can speak for themselves, but I ain't finna apologize for no crazy stuff like that, man.
and that's what it's so crazy to me is that they want to say that I know, young bro. I don't know if you have kids or not, but I know all the other brothers on here. I know these young brothers in their kids' life. So when you say things like that, conspiracy brother, when you hear things like that, well, we want to apologize for this young man, well, for the black community not having fathers in their life. Not all black families are like that. They're not like that. There are black men out here and women that in a household that are actually doing the right thing. Just like this family down there in Dallas, Texas, Carmelo Anthony family is actually doing the right thing. But when you hear things like this, doesn't it make you feel a little bit mad? I know you don't see color, but when you say things like that, that should piss you off a little bit. Conspiracy.
4 figure.
It don't, because there's always going to be fools to come out and put on the monkey show.
Okay.
And again, you've seen all the shit he had in the background. He's putting on the show so he can keep his prestige or whatever he's trying to accomplish with what he's doing. So if a white person was to come out and apologize, I would look at them the same way. Like, you ain't got shit to do with what happened. So why do you feel the need to apologize for the white community, even though they're not? Because they understand that shit happens and people make decisions, and you know that it's just foolishness on his part. And he probably made himself look foolish to a lot more people than just black people, because it was truly unnecessary and unwarranted for him to apologize for black people.
Like, no, he looked foolish. He had all that damn foundation on.
Yeah,
looking like a wax figure.
And his name is, I think it's Robert Smith. And the other dude, he's supposed to be a pastor. The second dude supposed to be a pastor. The third dude, I don't know him. But I know I hear this cornery coming from those two brothers. And what it's a set of twins that does the cornery as well. But Matt, Professor, back to you though. You're exactly right. This guy, he's on the other side.
He's a bottom. You can say he's a bottom. You can go ahead and say it.
But then when you saw, I saw the video. Yeah, but I saw the video when it was calling him homophobic. It was homophobic names when it was telling him, "Hey, you're not one of us." But yet you want to apologize. What you should be apologize for yourself in the way that you're carrying yourself. Because as for me, I hope I can speak for y'all. See, I don't want to speak for y'all because we all got our own mind.
Speak for your goddamn self.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak for myself. You can't speak on behalf of the black. Who elected you, the person, to speak on the black community? Who said it? I think it was Malcolm X said it. We are the only community where you would go to a basketball player, a musician, a media personality to speak on the black community. So who made you that person to speak for us, those couple of clowns that you just saw, Matt?
Well, again, that's because they don't have no sense of black in them, and I don't give a goddamn what they say. I mean, I'm sure your boys never had black in them, quite literally. And the issue I really have is these people think that they need to speak for every one of us when they weren't. I mean, shit, if Obama had come out and said, "I apologize for the black race," I'd be just as mad at him for doing the shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know who these, like I said, I don't know who these maggots think they are. I don't know why they believe that they need to apologize on behalf of black people everywhere. But my dude, apologize for your damn self, because you a self-hating black person and they can't convince me that they're not. And that's the problem with these niggas. You don't get white people that'll denigrate themselves like that to get their biscuits buttered like these dudes do. Only black people sit up there and have this crap in the barrel bullshit.
Too.
He sure do. Shit.
Allegedly.
No, there's no alleged.
No, allegedly.
No, there's no alleged. He's a bottom.
No, he's gay. Yeah, he's a bottom. He's gay. Yeah. He got a white. Lord. He got a white. I think his boyfriend or husband is white.
Yeah.
He's truly gay. No, he's really gay. He's really gay. Yeah, his name is Robert Smith. Yeah, he's gay.
He ain't black then.
Hey, see how my mind went. He black on the outside and white cream
white on the inside.
Yeah. Here, a fudge dip Oreo.
See,
No, he
this is
he got a
asshole talk
Twinkie.
here.
I know, man.
He a chocolate Twinkie.
I know.
Allegedly.
But Tim Dog,
Allegedly.
but Tim Dog, let me ask you this then. Tim Dog, why do we do that though? Why do we hate ourselves so much? Why do certain people? Because I know we all like I was about to say I can speak for all of us, but I think we all love ourselves for who we are. All our imperfection, we love us, but we get people like these butter biscuit who hate themselves so much that they would say anything to get the approval from the other side. Tim Dog.
It starts with, their mentality. How, it starts when you're young, how you perceive yourself or how the
Right,
way
Juan.
people,
Juan's stupid.
Yeah, boy.
but, and then there are people who cannot, get over it or understand. So they go through this thing of denial, and when you deny something for so long, you start to hate that thing that you're denying. And it just manifests itself. And to me, that's just all it is. Maybe you were raised poor and you hate being poor, and you say to yourself, "I'm never going to be poor." And in your mind, you're doing all these things to make money, but yet, how are you making the money, or your moral character, or whatever? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Don't
me
use
ask you
none
this.
of them, Juan. Be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah. Let me ask you this,
Use it.
young
Use
world.
it.
Let me ask you this, young world. You're in the music business, and let's say that you already got your base. You making your music for your base, but then here comes conspiracy brother. Hey man, I don't think you need to say the N word no more. I don't think you need to do this. I think you need to change your image, and then you start going a different route. Can that be? I'm trying to figure how these guys got that way. Can you see other people changing your outlook on your music and how you want to be represented as a black man? If you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Um, yeah, I can see it if I can like if I know that if it's not, you know what I'm saying, engaging other people, I'm finna fit like a fit this type of music that fit them, that happy them, so they can listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, basically, I'll
But
change it.
yeah, but at core though, you're gonna still be yourself though. That's what I'm
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
saying.
be myself, but it's gonna be totally different from what you hearing, what he heard, or you know what I'm saying, or something different like that. But yeah, I'll change it. I'll change it.
Yeah, I
I don't
got you. I
mind.
got you. I
I'll
got you.
change
And that's why I say because this conspiracy brother, when I first met him, he wasn't on this higher level plane that he's on now. But sometimes change is good. I still think he's crazy, with all this shit. I be seeing him on goddamn YouTube and goddamn TikTok, and I be commenting, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I think he's still crazy. Yeah, because I know him. But I'm glad that he's on this plane. But at your core, though, conspiracy brother, you still know that you're a black man. And I know you don't see race, but at your core, you still know that you're a black man. And hopefully at your core, you know some things you can't do, some things you can do. But these guys are totally off the plantation. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, conspiracy brother.
Well, see, they had never had a connection with that side of themselves. That's why it's so easy for
Okay.
them to disavow that side. Like with
Okay.
me, I don't consider myself to be black or African American, but that has nothing to do with who I am as a person. It has to do with what the system has told me that that's what they want me to be.
I got
That's
you.
why I've disavowed myself from that, and I still
Oh, trust me.
accept that part of me, but you know what I'm saying? Those guys like that have never been in touch with that side of themselves to appreciate what that part of them is. They've only
Yeah.
been conditioned to hate that part of themselves because they
it.
see that part as something that keeps them down, even though they probably found success still being that color. So
Yeah.
they using this as an excuse to get themselves further ahead. Like
And
I
Matt
know
Professor,
that the
go
majority
ahead.
of the money and the power comes from a certain color.
That's
So
correct.
if I disavow the other color, maybe I can get a bit further.
Yeah.
Clarence
And that's
Thomas.
just what there is.
Yeah, and Matt Professor, you broke it down.
It's
You
Tom
broke it down
Syndrome.
great. You broke it down when we first started talking about it's the money aspect. You know, I know for a fact if I was to change my outlook or the way that what I talk about stuff, and I will start denigrating black politicians and black people in general, I would get a bigger following from the other side.
Well, of course.
But for me, I can't do it because I wasn't raised that way. And to conspiracy, what he said, I truly believe that these guys never got accepted by their own. So if y'all don't accept me, I'm gonna go where I think I'm gonna be accepted at. Matt Professor.
I won't say that they've never been accepted. They've never accepted the love given to them by the black by their own people. And that's kind of the issue, because like the little gay one, he always talk about black motherhood and how black motherhood is toxic. Well, a gay black dude would think that shit. If his mother's not happy with how he's turning out, I mean, shit, you know, they always say you can see them gay ones when they starting young. His mom might not have accepted that shit, so he turned to the other side. And like I said, he realized he was getting a following, making a little money talking about it. And again, that's black people are the only people that make money talking bad about other black people. When white people talk bad about other white people, they don't get no goddamn where. And that's kind of a problem. Like I said, I've looked this dude up and seen some of his background.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I thought you were about to say something else.
Nah, nigga. Come on now. Come on, nigga. See, Juan, I have an unlimited N-word supply and N-word card.
You can have some of my N-words, Juan. I give about 75,000 of them bitches because I got millions of them.
But no, like I said, he's never been accepted by black people because he doesn't want to accept black people.
Yeah. Or I say, oh shit.
Fuzzy socks.
But
they were the Argyles.
But with this situation, man, I think this is one of the saddest situations that I heard of. You know, with the whole Carmelo Anthony, the Austin Metcalf situation, because like I say, it got people choosing sides. And Matt Professor, you said this earlier, and Tim Dahl said it as well. We don't know the truth. We actually don't know the truth yet. It hasn't gone to trial. This is just in your windows. Better yet, this is what people putting out. And Matt, and I mean, Conspiracy Brother said another good thing. They put out certain things to get you riled up. Okay, let's just put that out, and then people will run with it. But then, just like y'all say, Matt Professor, Tim Dahl, and World, hey, we gonna wait. Let's wait and see. Now we can make a educated guess, because once all the facts come out, none of this might be true. And Conspiracy Brother, Tim Dahl, you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, you noticed, I mean, for me, the first thing I saw was teen gets stabbed and dies in twins' arms. Yeah. I mean, that right there is enough for people to go, wow, what's going on? Get you interested, know what's going on, and draw you in. But without you knowing anything, and you see that a young black kid stabs a white kid, in most people's minds right there, you already separating yourself. You already deciding on which side you're going to pick without even really hearing anything else. And that's what's kind of sad.
What's the water jet?
I be paying too much attention.
About the background noise.
Yeah, it's the background noise.
Nigga, man. Say nigga.
But fellas, man, we talked about that the whole subject. But Conspiracy Brother, I got something for you. I saw this in the news, and I know I was waiting for you to do your podcast. I wait for your video to come out about this. Hit the wrong video. God damn it!
Ain't nothing new.
Always do.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
He been drinking.
No, I didn't hit the wrong video. There it is, right there.
Wild conspiracy theories have emerged over the historic Blue Origin flight into space after an apparent gap was spotted in the landing video. Footage captured the space shuttle making a soft landing back on Earth after the mission. However, viewers spotted a bizarre moment in the clip that sparked a slew of conspiracy theories that slammed the mission was big. In the video, Jeff Bezos is seen wrenching open the hatch from outside to let the crew out of the craft. However, footage from just minutes earlier clearly showed the capsule door being opened from the inside. Dozens of skeptics seized on the moment to claim the entire operation was staged. What fueled the suspicions even more is the fact that the doors were seen opening inwards, unlike most spacecraft with pressurized cabins. Typical spacecraft have doors that open outwards and require a team of technicians working from the outside to unlock them, especially after a trip to space. And for some viewers, the capsule simply looked way too clean for a space mission. The all-female crew in the flight, which included pop star Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez, traveled just beyond the edge of space before parachuting back to Earth in a historic space travel mission.
Conspiracy brother. I was waiting for your video on this one. Your thoughts, conspiracy brother. The floor is yours.
Hey, if people believe the moon landing was real, hey, more power to them. But my car get dirty as sitting outside and that damn thing going in space, coming back into orbit, supposed to be burning up and all this other shit. But hey, they ain't got no helmets on. They just out there.
Juan, ain't nobody smashing nobody that was in that capsule, Juan. No.
Oh, Gail, can you get all 2 inches? Yeah, shit. She got money.
Check a couple of them off my list, shit. But I don't know. Jeff Bezos' wife or whoever the fuck she is, she look like a dude that then transformed into
she was
a
an
lady
actress for a long time.
Most of them men anyway too. But I don't believe this shit. There's a lot of people that aren't conspiracy theorists that don't believe this shit. And that's the biggest thing is the people that aren't conspiracy theorists don't believe this shit. And the women, they mad like, oh, we are all female crew. Off the first female astronauts, like you ain't did no training to be no goddamn astronaut. They stuck your ass in the capsule and shot your ass up there.
I'm glad Juan brought that up because Juan, you're right. They were just in the tip of space. They didn't go through the atmosphere. They didn't pass through. They didn't pass through the atmosphere. They went just under it, where there is no heat. In fact, it was ice cold up there, which is why the capsule don't have no scorch marks. That's number one.
And
number two, they're not astronauts because they barely experienced weightlessness where they were. It might have been 30 seconds of weightlessness. So again, they weren't in space. They were in the upper. They were in the lower atmosphere, right above the clouds, basically. In fact, Felix Baumgartner, when Felix Baumgartner jumped off the balloon, he jumped at just about the same damn altitude. So where there's
had jets that fly higher than they went.
So why they say they're going into space then?
Because that's what they want y'all to do. That's what they want to act like they went into space. They did not go into space. They barely.
So they lying essentially is what you're saying.
They went into the air.
They didn't even break atmosphere. So
they did.
They went high up in the air.
That capsule don't need to be. That capsule don't need an outward opening door because
shield
pressurized that much since they're not going into the vacuum of space.
Thank you.
Got better doors than them, and they don't go that high.
Me get Young World in here. Young World, you know your cousin is conspiracy theories. That's why we call him conspiracy brother. Your thoughts on that trip that you saw just now?
I feel like they ain't even leave Earth for real because you can see like in the video, you can see like the clouds. You can see the clouds.
Exactly.
So
that's where they went.
Like y'all trying to, I guess they try to test and see how high. I guess wherever this shit is. I don't know. I guess they was testing it out to see, but I don't know.
I guess we asked you this, Tip Dog, but I guess my point is, and I guess this what probably got a lot of people thinking they didn't go, that this was a studio thing. Matt Professor, I want you to chime in as well after I say this, because you saw Jeff Bezos make it seem as though that he was struggling to get the door open, but if you saw the video, they opened the door and it looked like hey, y'all gotta close the goddamn door, and that's why I believe got a lot of people. Did. Yeah, and that's what I think got a lot of people thinking, hey, this is it's more phony more shady than we usually see, Tim Dog.
More shady than the moon landing.
Well, I don't know what happened at the landing. It looked like, I mean, everything was staged from them selecting the women to them going up in the atmosphere, because that's what they did. They didn't go in space. They went into the atmosphere and come back down. And I think right there, the women were supposed to wait till Jeff Bezos opened it, but they did it themselves. But that's neither here nor there. Why they not wearing helmets? Well, first of all, technically, they weren't that high up in space where they needed the protection of helmets
space. We
to
already
get
got
oxygen.
The
Hold
helmet,
on now.
that's what I'm about to say. The helmet is only when you go in space because you need
They
to
went
have
in
a
space, so
secondary
Right,
oxygen.
right. And not only that, but it also gives you oxygen, keeps your vitals and all that other bullshit. Whereas where they were in a capsule that was pressurized, by the way, but not enough where you need to, you know, it was pressurized like a plane. And once it comes down,
Right.
and like most things, it depressurizes. So when you depressurize, there you go. You can open anything up. Just because I think all this started with old boy from SpaceX.
Elon.
Elon. Yeah, I think Musk probably has something to do with it because now he got some competition.
Yeah.
That's my conspiracy right
And
there.
I'm gonna let you close it out, conspiracy brother. But I want to get the math professor, and I think that's I think that's where the conspiracy part comes in. At is that why would you try to open the door? Because they wanted Jeff Bezos to open the door, but then when you see the young lady look like she tell them, "Hey, shut the damn door," like a grandma, shut that goddamn door. You letting all my cold air out. You know what I'm saying? But then the exaggeration that he did. That what makes people look like it was more staged than it actually was. Mad Professor.
Well, Blue Origin is a tourist venture. It is it's his personal interest in space, but he's afraid to actually go into space. So again, this rocket and this capsule is designed to skim low Earth orbit, where they're just out, where they're not yet to the atmospheric the atmospheric shield, where they don't need they don't need to be
The heat shields underneath of it.
They don't need heat shielding. They don't need none
Nope.
of that shit.
And they probably got excited when they got down and you know
That's
wanted to get out.
did like this for you, dude. You said it's flat. Why are you going curved?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you close it out. I'm gonna let you close it out. See,
the firmament. They can't get out the firmament. That's why.
Young boy, this is my job right here. My job is to get the math professor and conspiracy brother into it. But go ahead. That's what I do.
See, Tim said it from the beginning. They staged the women. They staged. They even said they went to space when they didn't go into space. Y'all just said
went in
they
the
didn't
air.
go into space.
No, they didn't.
That's
They
all
went in the
they
air.
fucking did. Because there's a firmament. Go look it up in your Bibles. It's in there for all you Bible thumpers. It's in there. Firmament. Look up what firmament means. And
do you know what firmament means?
Let him finish, Tim Dog. You always talking about telling people to wait. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, finish it out.
On that shit before. I'm just saying.
Okay. I guess
she went to space to me.
I guess we all can agree that they didn't go in space, but it just looks kind of funny. The way I guess depends on how Jeff Bezos. I guess the way that they did it, and then of course the money that they could have spent doing other things than having these women go up. There's different angles that you could take that we all could take. But Jeff Bezos,
you rich, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, he worth billions and billions of dollars, so he could do shit like that. But ladies and gentlemen, man, thank you for tuning. Yeah. Well, shit, like I say, I'm about to go jump off my damn roof and see how high I can get. Shit. But
you ain't gotta jump off the roof to do that.
He gonna break every bone in his body.
Yeah.
Oh, let him try it.
I ain't the smartest tool in the goddamn shit.
Man, look at the sun too.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. But before we go, hey, we like to give you something funny, something to think about. And better yet, I shouldn't let you have your shit. Where the fuck Tim Dog get that from?
Hey. I gave y'all elephant seals. You know, those big seals that dominate all the women in harem. But guess what? Did y'all know that there were females who could do that too? They call jacanas. They call polyandrous birds. Polyandrous just means you can fuck a lot of men at one time. These birds go out there, they find a mate, they fight some females, but they get their thing going, lay their eggs, and go find another mate and go fuck them the next day. That's what I call reverse sexism right there. If an elephant seal can have him a harem, why can't a female bird do the same thing? That's what I'm talking about. Get your freak on, girl.
Thank you for that, Tim Dog. Thank you for that, Tim Dog.
Like Tim Dog want to be part of a damn harem himself.
I know, so bad. ladies and gentlemen, that's Tim Dog. Where the fuck you get that from? And because
You
Tim
need
Dog
you a day
saying
job and off the goddamn
and,
internet.
and because Tim Dog saying that shit, I put him right behind me because Mad Professor, tell him why you mad.
Tell us why you mad, son. Tell us why you mad.
Okay, I know this gonna offend some people, especially people from my hometown. Lil Wayne put out had an interview with Rolling Stone magazine talking about he'll never do the Super Bowl if it's halftime show if they offer it to him. My nigga, ain't nobody ever gonna offer you the halftime show. I just need you to know this. I just need you to know this. Your rapping is mid at this point in your career. I'm sorry. Nobody understand what you're talking about no goddamn more. If they wanted you in a halftime show, they would have asked you this year to do it. But guess what? They didn't. You're not the headline. You're not the draw you used to be, Wheezy. Even when you come back home, you're not the draw you used to be. You draw as many people as you draw as many people as Big Frida at this point, my dude. So just go ahead, give up that dream of the halftime show. Let Kendrick Lamar have another one because he'll get a second one before you get a first one. I love you, Wayne, but you ain't it, my dude.
Whatever.
Damn,
I get my drink off.
Blase, leading promethazine,
Well, you say that.
Hey,
Man,
Tim
give
Dog,
me my
you can't be doing the impression while the Mad Professor talking. Motherfuckers, you want nobody in your damn segment. Stay out the Mad Professor segment.
It's all right. Everybody knows he's
Tell me why you mad, son.
And that's why I'm mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
Baby.
Yeah, and you know, this is the first time, Young World been on the show. But before we go, what's coming up next? We got the after show. We got the after show called Ashed Out. That's where everybody gets the chance to talk about what they want to talk about. All Young World, we're gonna let you talk about what you want to talk about, and we're gonna discuss it as well. Sometimes it goes straight, sometimes it goes right. But you want to come back because we're going to discuss this as soon as we get back. Oh, this is a hit song. I'm tired of hearing it. And I guess this girl Boots was tired of hearing it too. Yeah, her boots on the ground. We're gonna talk about that coming back.
Them motherfuckers ain't on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
First of all, the video is crazy.
I'll say this is the best part of my day. I done told everybody to pass out because we don't know where the show is going to go. But before we go, Conspiracy Brother, what you got for the people, my brother?
In Florida, a couple of days ago, they just passed the bill that all veterans can get their marijuana card, the medical marijuana card. So if you're a veteran and you're in Florida, I don't give a fuck if you smoke or not. Go get the card because somebody that's riding with you might got some reef on them, and they might need that when the police pull you over. So just get in and say it's yours, man. It's free. You deserve it. That's all I got to say. Go get the card. I don't even smoke like that no more, and I'm gonna go get mine just to have.
I got you. Young World, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Man,
Y'all some crazy
everybody,
motherfuckers, boy.
saying be blessed, stay, go to work hard, and have a nice Easter weekend.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother. Okay, Tim Dog. No, Mad Professor. I'm gonna let you go first. Mad Professor, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
I really don't have nothing for the people. Just keep your heads up, people. Don't let these people take woke from us. Stay woke. That's all the hell I got to say.
So I'm sorry.
I did.
Sorry, man.
Why stupid?
On special occasions, man.
And of course, Conspiracy Brother, what you got for the people before we go?
And why he gonna ask what King doing in them boots? That's fucked up. That ain't right.
I just went, goddammit.
Oh, you just went.
Tim
Yeah, my
Dog
bad,
turn.
man.
Stop drinking, man.
Yeah, I just stopped drinking. Tim Dog, what you got for the people? I should give Tim Dog another shot at anything. His ass be missing lately. Tim Dog, what you got for the people, my brother?
Hey, I got something for conspiracy, brother. Knock, knock.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Let me indulge him.
No,
Come on, man.
no,
Indulge him.
no, hell no. No, ain't no damn
I want to
knock,
know,
knock,
goddammit.
no, hell no. You knock his ass on out of here.
Knock, knock. Conspiracy, brother. Candace.
Candace who?
Can this dick fit in your mouth?
Some gay shit. See what I'm saying?
But
You on
you
the wrong
fought for
show.
this shit. See, you
Yeah,
fought for
that's
this.
what you get.
We told your ass leave it alone. We told
Exactly.
you leave it alone.
Leave
You
it
fought for
alone.
that.
Okay, Buns.
You fought for that.
I'm gonna call your ass Buns from now on,
Exactly.
goddammit.
Exactly. Young world.
He cut off for
Look at Juan. Yeah, just the tip.
Goddamn.
Young world. Shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
Y'all can find me at Young World Baby, the real Young World Baby on TikTok, and y'all follow me anywhere on all different social media platforms.
That's what I'm talking about. Tim Dawes. Shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
You can follow my son,
motherfucker.
You asked for it. Shit.
You can follow me on Instagram, Father's Love 99. Follow my son, Jims_Woodwork King on Instagram. #1. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
You find me at the madprofessor.1. I'm done. Mad Professor 1 Instagram and YouTube. Mad Professor 1 on Blue Sky. I'm done with this.
I got you. And of course, Conspiracy Brother. Shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
Look at Soul Expression. Choop, 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 right there. All platforms.
That's
Follow me
what
on
I'm talking
Clapper.
Under Candace.
You about to call that guy with that tight ass shirt for your ass, boy.
Yeah. And of course, you can find me, the man in the street.
Now,
The man
Juan,
on the street
hold on.
show.
Time out, man. On Juan, how you gonna attack a guest, bro?
Why does everybody get it?
I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
Why don't give a fuck? Why does everybody get it?
Not even close, bro.
How you gonna attack the guest, bro?
Why
He said, "You know what, follow? I'm the only one watching."
Damn.
And of course, you can find me.
I got 9 more years.
Yeah, I got you. And of
240.
course, you can find me, the man on the street, at the Man on the Street show on YouTube. You also follow us on YouTube as well at 2 Cigars and a Blunt, and also on Facebook. You also find us at the Better Than Sex Sports podcast. It goes down every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. All we do is talk about sports. But make sure you come back next Friday night for 2 Cigars and a Blunt. But like I say, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the after show called Ashed Out. It's the best part of my day because you never know where the show is going to go. Sometimes you go right, sometimes you go straight, but normally we just go off the goddamn rails. And with that,
All the
ladies
time.
and gentlemen, I am the man on the street.
Them dogs from Be More Careful Where You Park Your Car may not be there when you get back.
See, that's another fucking
See, you better say the man on the street.
Oh, fucked up. God damn.
Who am I?
I hate following Tim.
Young World, shout your name out. Young World from where?
Hey man, this your boy Young World Baby from Orlando, Florida, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up on all social media platforms.
That's what I'm talking about. And Conspiracy Brother, go ahead. You lost.
We doing closing?
Yeah.
Bye.
See, Bad Professor, you mess everybody up. Tim Dog fuck everybody up. That dumbass not joke. But ladies and
Man,
gentlemen,
I'm just doing my job, man.
I got you. Make sure y'all come back for the after show Ashed Out in 10 minutes, and we're gonna have a good time. With that, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good Easter weekend. If anybody celebrate that,
Be safe and enjoy.
Be safe out there. Be safe out there. And Tim Dog, them eggs gonna be high as hell. You talking about you gonna have an Easter egg on this shit?
No, we talking plastic, baby, plastic.
And that what she said. And that what she said. With that, we're out.